Welcome back.
Wow, right into it. Take it away. You're on a roll.
Welcome back to Oddities. I'm Kelly.
I'm Cassie.
And welcome back to Strange Town. All of our social media is linked down below in the description. I know a few people have been having trouble finding it. It's literally just down below in the description after like all of our little context things. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And I mean, if you want to support us, you can join our Patreon because we're going to be pumping out the content for that next year, which is rather soon now that I realize it.
I know. Isn't that scary?
Huge shout out to our wonderful and amazing merch designer, Lindsay Bidwell. She's phenomenal. Check out her amazing work that she has done for us. And that's all I did I miss anything?
You did it.
Yeah?
No, you did it.
Welcome
yes.
back.
Snaps
Sippy.
for Kelly. Sippy. It's a boozy episode, everybody, which is great because for Kelly, it's 9. No, it's not 9 in the morning.
It's 10.
It's 10.
And listen, I was going to do the mimosa thing, but then I realized we don't have champagne. So I went with the harder mimosa.
The screwdriver. The mimosa's older cousin.
It's fine.
And I'm having a vodka club soda lime. But it's really, honestly, it's so limey. I put so much lime in this. It's extremely sour like me, so.
I brought up to her, I was like, wasn't that what you were drinking for your wedding? And then I was like, no, it was Sprite and vodka. And she's like, yeah, I
Correct.
didn't want to do my normal cranberry and vodka because I didn't want to get it on my dress. And I was like, don't worry, I had enough for both of us.
That's it. There
Cassie
you go.
had one goal for her wedding, and it was to make sure Kelly got wasted.
It was to make sure that everybody was everybody at that wedding was wasted except for
You
like
know
3
what's
people
hysterical?
because they don't drink.
I was thinking about this. The bartender slowly started giving me smaller glasses at your wedding. I remember it started off with that big glass. By the end of the night, it was quite a small glass. And I was like, this guy's trying to cut me off. How rude.
Cutting your ass off.
I was fine.
You were fine. I want to point out real quick, when you showed me your screwdriver, it looked as though a portion of it was already missing. So
because I had
I'm
breakfast with my kids, and we got McDonald's breakfast this morning. So I had regular orange juice with my breakfast, but then before this, I added a shot. So
I'll bet you did. I'll bet you had regular orange juice from McDonald's.
You know what's funny? My husband goes, McDonald's orange juice is like the best orange juice. I was like, it's just Minute Maid orange juice. We can get it from the store. And he doesn't believe me.
It tastes better when it comes from McDonald's.
It does.
It's like I guarantee a lot of the shit that I eat is probably like very close or similar to what's being used in restaurants. And for some reason, it tastes better when you don't have to make it.
There you go.
So for me, with the orange juice, it's because I physically didn't have to put it in a cup.
There you go.
You know? If that makes any sense.
Oh, all the sense.
All the sense. How are you, my friend?
I'm a little stuffy today because my kid
Me too.
body slammed my face with his butt last night and
it
kind of crunched my nose and it hurt horribly.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
Couldn't stop crying because, like, I don't know, it felt like I was getting stabbed in the forehead. Kind of a thing.
Good.
And the whole time he's just sitting there going, I'm so sorry, Mommy. I'm so sorry. So that kind of made it better.
At least he apologized.
Right. And I am tired because my dogs last night, I woke up to the sound of, like, plastic being chewed on. I don't know how to explain that. And we have a very, very, very special little cat that likes to chew on, like, grocery bags. So I thought it was her doing it. And I got up only to find that our dog Rufio got into the trash, got the empty bag of chicken dino nuggies that I had thrown in there earlier, and it was over his head and he was just licking the inside of the bag.
Oh my God.
And I stood there for a good, like, 30 seconds just watching him because I was kind of in disbelief that he had the bag over his head.
Amazing.
And all I could think to
Incredible.
myself was, you're going to kill yourself.
You're gonna die.
If I didn't wake up, you would have died tonight.
That poor little buddy.
I love him, but he is...
He just wanted some nuggies.
Clearly. And I said, hey at him, and he looked back at me like, oh shit. And he ran and hid, and I was like, first off, it's 2:30 in the morning. I'm not in the mood to discipline you, but your look alone and your fear and running away because you knew you were in trouble, enough discipline for me. We're fine.
I love it.
So
yeah, we have to like full-blown baby-proof when we leave the house because Boo is a nightmare.
Oh.
All doors must be shut. The gate must go up. The trash must be hidden. The tree skirt removed, and these little, we have the mini...
We have the Christmas edition. The tree skirt has to be
removed. That's right. The mini Christmas plague doctor stuffies we have, those have to be put up high. Because she's
I love it. Are you staring at her right now?
She's sleeping with her head up right now. Oh, now you're going to lay down. She was sitting up, falling asleep.
My family dog Murphy used to do that.
You're a sweet baby, but you're also just so much. So, but we did, I forget the name of the company, but my mom found these I've told you about these, but I haven't told the listeners about these. They're these all natural, like calming treats for dogs. And it's helped a lot with her like anxiety when we leave the house. So tonight's going to really be the test because tonight is Corey's works like holiday party.
Yep.
Which we're
pre-gaming
with this.
There was a discussion about this yesterday, listeners, whether or not we wanted to do it today or wanted to do it Sunday. And Cassie was like, oh, I'll be fine to do it Sunday. It's no big deal. And I was like, or you can pregame. And she's like, I like that idea better. So.
The best part is I haven't done my hair or makeup yet. So, like, I'm going to be doing that after drinking. I'm going to make a great impression tonight. So, no, but we're not going to go and get demolished there. It's a work event, but...
I have to tell the listeners. I mean, they should just know what they're getting with Corey. But anyways,
first of all, there's gonna be a DJ and a dance floor, so we're 100% throwing. You
got to get lit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, what were you gonna say now?
I have to tell the listeners what you've done for me.
Yes.
So, yesterday I received my Christmas gift from Cassie, which, by the way, yours should be in the mail by next week. But anyways.
Oh, it's fine. I'm excited.
What's funny is I get emails daily about, like, what to expect in my mailbox from the postal service or whatever. And I saw a Spreadshirt as, like, a package being delivered. And I was like, that's weird. That's what we use for our shop. And I thought, well, it's a well-known company. Other things could be coming from it. But my thought crossed my mind of, I wonder if Cassie bought me merch for Christmas.
Surprise, bitch.
And inside was the most beautiful Mingle in the Void mug with the best little inscription of the bestie co-host. World's best, and then in parentheses, E co-host. And my favorite sticker so far, the Everybody Shut Up.
Shut up.
The thing that's hysterical about this, whenever we get an order, we get an email, and usually one of us will screenshot it and send it to the other and, like, have a little celebration.
Right.
Last week, I sent Cassie the screenshot and went, yay, happy Saturday. And she just liked it. She didn't actually respond to it, which I thought was weird. And I realized it was because it was her order.
I love that. Well, so we had a discussion, are we, exchanging gifts this year, whatever. And then I was sitting there and I was like, I really need to think about what to get Kelly. And I was like, she loves these new designs. She needs merch. I'm going to shop in our merch shop. And now you have your Mingle in the Void that you loved so much. And the Everybody Shut Up, which is just an eternal mood. So
it's a forever
Merry
mood.
Christmas, bestie.
Thank you.
World's bestie co-host. Did you like that with the best?
I did. So what's hysterical about that was I opened it and all I saw was the Mingle and the Void, and I was like, oh, and it's the camper mug, and I love the camper mugs,
Oh my
right?
god, me too.
It took like, it was 15 minutes later that I realized that you had it inscribed on the back. So it was literally the gift that just kept giving.
Oh, by the way, just I don't know if our listeners know this. You can take any of our merch and then you can personalize
Personalize
it.
it.
You can, yeah, you can add to any of it anytime. Just FYI, if you guys want to ever do that. Boo,
I feel like
calm
somebody
bitch.
just sneezed. Was that just Boo?
It's just she's. We got our well, you know this. We
Yeah.
got our flooring replaced this week. So my office no longer has carpet. It has like wood style like laminate shit. And so the sneeze noise was her foot on the ground,
Oh.
and she's complaining. And the reason she's complaining is because I have the door shut and they're both in here with me. And the reason for that is because Corey is going to get his haircut and I can't trust them while I'm recording.
You know, that's fair. I mean, that's, we all know
So
what happened when I tried to trust my children while we were recording. We won't be making that mistake again.
there's a first time for everything. So
Uh,
yeah, gotta love it. So yeah, I'm just very happy to share one of my courses. It's officially done. The other one I have
woohoo.
completed my lengthy paper for. I'm just waiting to turn it in. And
By next
then I
week, you're
just have
done.
by next Wednesday at 9:30 p.m., which is long gone when this episode comes out, but
Yep.
that's fine. It's done. It's over. It's over. It's done. We did
It's
it.
done. It's over.
And this is part of the reason why we're doing a boozy doozy is because we're celebrating.
Facts, actually. All the
Yeah,
celebrating.
so
So I had
we
some
love
good
it.
things happen this week, which also I'm celebrating. And my son had his annual cardiology appointment, and he had a pretty big heart surgery when he was almost 2 years old. And the doctor told us that his heart is beautiful and doesn't look like it had surgery. So I am celebrating that.
We love it. Snaps. Yes. Yes.
Oh, and
Drinks to that.
he wanted to
Whoa.
call Aunt Cassie at 9 p.m. to tell her this. It was 9 p.m. your time. He has his first loose tooth.
Oh, right.
But
He could have called.
He literally said, "Can we call Aunt Cassie?" And I was like, "It's late." And I
Oh my
already
god, I
told
love
her.
that though. Oh my god. Well, he could have called. We were watching Friends. It's a very wild and crazy night over here. So yeah.
Love it.
By the
Friends
way,
is a
Corey
good time.
loves Friends.
I
Yeah,
love
he
Friends.
loves it. He had never watched it prior to us. Like he said that, and I was like, oh well, we have
Oh, we
all
have
of
to
the
watch
seasons
it
on
then.
DVD. So we're making our way through it. And we started actually a long while ago, and then we like took a break for like 2 years. And then the other night he was like, "You want to pick up with Friends again?" And I was like, "Bitch, do I ever? I literally always
What
want to pick
question
up with
is
Friends
that?
again."
Of course, I want to watch
Oh no.
Friends. The answer is always
So
yes.
we're on season ocho. We're
Oh,
making
you
our
did
way
not
through
watch
it.
me do that. Never mind.
I did. I
Okay.
did. I did. Don't worry.
My
I
sister
love
and I
it.
do that to each other all the time.
Who's your favorite character on the show?
Honestly, I think it's a cross between Phoebe and Chandler, which is like
I
really
love it.
random.
I love it. Yeah, those are good choices.
I
Yeah,
remember
it's a good show.
we have the Friends Lego sets.
What the fuck? I didn't even know they made those.
Yeah, they have the whole set design for the coffee shop, and then they have the whole set design for the apartments. So when we built the coffee shop, we were watching the Friends reunion. And like and then that just turned into us to rewatching Friends again. And now we just got the apartments and we need to build it. Also, I don't know if this is a very millennial thing of me, but we have a china cabinet, and the only thing in the china cabinet is built Legos.
The finest china there is.
I got a lot of compliments on it on Thanksgiving, so I'm gonna be proud of
That's
that.
awesome. I love that. Wow. Well, this is I think a new record for us in terms of being
14 minutes.
intolerable. We're at 14 minutes. So
Somebody
there's
wonderful told us that they loved our ramblings and we needed to extend them.
yeah, a very loyal listener. So thank you for saying that because now I no longer feel like I'm intolerable. So that's great news.
We were never intolerable to begin with.
No, we're good times only. So should we do this
Just jump
thing?
right into it.
Let's do it.
Admittedly, I have no idea what you're doing today.
Well, then should I start and answer
Yeah.
that grand mystery? I am covering the Bakunawa, which I'm probably saying wrong. This is from listener Emily. Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Emily.
Emily.
She's wonderful. I love our listeners. They're just fucking gems of people.
They're literally
Incredible,
the best.
amazing, talented, beautiful, perfect.
Phenomenal.
Yeah,
All the good things.
phenomenon. So the Bakunawa is is a serpent-like dragon in Philippine mythology. It is believed to be the cause of eclipses, earthquakes, rains, and wind. Well, cool, right?
Yeah.
I really love looking at different cultures and like throughout time how they've used like different gods and like symbology or like whatever to explain things in the universe.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, like I'm thinking way back to even like ancient civilizations and shit like that. And I don't know. I just love this type of thing. Any hoozles. The movements of the Bakunawa served as a geomantic, which, by the way, is a method of divination that interprets markings on the ground or the patterns formed by tossed handfuls of soil, rocks, or sand. The Bakunawa served as a geomantic calendar system for ancient Filipinos and were part of the shamanistic rituals of the Babaolan, which is like their shaman
Yeah.
figure. It is usually depicted with a characteristic looped tail and a single horn on the nose.
Okay.
It's like a unicorn serpent,
Yeah.
a nosecorn.
A nosecorn. Cassie just created a new creature. Anyways.
When the vodka soda hits. It was generally believed to be a sea serpent, but there are also like no, let's try that again. There are also various beliefs that it inhabits either the sky or the underworld.
There we
One or
go.
the other, we just don't know. So, due to increasing trade contacts with. Boo. Jesus Christ. Due to increasing trade contacts with South Asia and the Indianization of the Southeast Asia, the Bakunawa later became syncretized with the Naga, Rahu, and Ketu of Hindu Buddhist mythology, which I'm going to get to that in a bit. I do have like a little historical account of the Bakunawa. So, do you hear her right now?
That one I heard. I didn't hear the last one.
Okay, now she's laying down. She's accepted her fate. There is no escape. So, quote number 42. When the moon is eclipsed, the Indians of various districts generally go into the street or into the open fields with bells, pana stains, etc. I don't know what pana stains are. I'm assuming some kind of like musical instrument or something. They strike them with great force and violence in the order that they might thereby protect the moon, which they say is being eaten or swallowed by the dragon, tiger, or crocodile. And the worst thing is that if they wish to say the eclipse of the moon, it is very common in the Philippines to use this locution, saying the dragon, tiger, or crocodile is swallowing the moon.
Mm.
The Tagalog, wait, no, that's not how you say it, it's Tagala, also make use of it and say Linaman ni Yaho, I'm fucking this up, Buwan, which translates to Laho swallowed the moon. And this is from Father Thomas Ortiz
I think you're
from
killing it for the record.
1731. Just smooth as butter. I mean, just incredible. Thank you. So what are sorry, I had to there's so much lime. Little drink break. So what are the related myths to this? So the Bakunawa, like I said, is also sometimes known as Naga, which is from the syncretization with the Hindu Buddhist serpent deity Naga.
Mm-hmm.
It was also syncretized with the Hindu Buddhist Navagraha pair, Rahu and Ketu, which were two deities who were responsible for eclipses of the sun and moon, respectively. So, versions of the Bakunawa also existed in other myths in the Philippines, sharing the common theme of being the cause of eclipses. The most similar to the Bakunawa is the Tagala Laho, which is a serpent-like dragon that causes moon eclipses. In Kampanpangan mythology, Lawu is depicted as a bird-like dragon or serpent that causes both solar and lunar eclipses. However, its features are closer to the demon Rahu. Both the words Laho and Lawu mean eclipse in Tagala and Kampanpangan language. There are other mythical creatures related to this, which is the Hiligaynon, Bawa Baula, or Alimawa. But they don't always appear. They don't always appear like serpents. So it's weird that they're like considered related to this.
Yeah.
So one example is the Maranao Arimanga, which is depicted as a lion-like dragon instead of a serpent. And then the Hilagayan Alima is a winged serpent, and the Bagobo Minakawa is a dragon-like giant bird. And then one of them is also a giant crab. But in essence, they all have like a very similar role that they play, basically with the eclipses and some of the weather and stuff like that. So pretty wild.
Yeah.
Tales, like I said, so tales about the Bakunawa say that it's the cause of eclipses. During ancient times, pre-colonial Cebuanos believed that their supreme god, Bathala, created 7 moons to light up the entire sky. And the Bakunawa, amazed by the moon's beauty, would rise from the ocean and swallow the moon's whole, angering Bathala and causing them to be essentially mortal enemies. So to keep the moons from being swallowed by the Bakunawa, ancient Filipinos would go out of their homes with pots and pans, and they would bang on them with like a lot of force to make noise in order to scare away the Bakunawa and spit the moon back out into the sky. And some people in the villages would play soothing sounds with their musical instruments in the hopes that the dragon would fall into a deep sleep. And so, therefore, the brave men of the village hoped that while the dragon was hypnotized by the musical sounds, they could also somehow still slay the dragon. And although the dragon was known as the Moon Eater, it was also known as a Man Eater. Same.
First off, that was all really fascinating. The thing that
Thank you.
took me off guard completely was Boo's nose.
I know.
Coming
She's
into
just...
the frame.
I know. And then meanwhile, there's other tales that are like, oh, the Bakunawa has a sister who's actually a sea turtle.
Oh.
And this sea turtle would visit like this island in the Philippines to lay its eggs. But then locals soon discovered that every time the sea turtle went ashore, the water would follow her, thus reducing the island's size. And so worried that their island would eventually disappear, the locals killed the sea turtle, which is very sad. Boo, get away from the fucking microphone. High quality as always. I know, there's so much happening. When the Bakunawa found out about this whole sea turtle shit, because this was his sister,
yeah,
it came out of the sea and it ate the moon. It was like, fuck you guys. I'm eating your fucking moon. So the people were afraid, so they prayed to their like supreme god to punish the Bakunawa. The god refused, but instead told them to bang some pots and pans, and then the moon is regurgitated. So essentially what this all symbolizes is, okay, the eclipse starts, people bang their pots and pans, the eclipse finishes, looking like the serpent spits the moon back out.
Interesting.
And then there is one story that the Bakunawa fell in love with a human girl in one of like the native tribes. And the head of the tribe found out about their affair and had their house burned to ashes. So that's rude.
That's intense.
But I mean, to be fair though, she was hitting it with a serpent, and that's like kind of freaky, you know? But anyway, the Bakunawa got pissed about that too, became immersed in anger, and then tried to take revenge by eating all 7 moons. And then as he was about to eat the last one, the supreme god took action and punished him. So that's essentially the Bakunawa. There's a bunch of different like variations of these stories, but nonetheless, the serpent god thing is responsible for eclipses, and that's what we've got on the Bakunawa. I think it's very interesting. I like how cultures explain this shit.
Yeah, it's in that. And now I can't like get the image out of my head though of people banging on their pots and pans until the moon appears again.
Eclipses take a long time. I feel like they're out there probably for a while. Like I don't know, it's just kind of like, oh, you guys are really going for it, but I mean, all the power to you. I like how they were like, oh, it means moon eater, but also man eater. So that's the Bakunawa. I said probably 95% of all of that wrong. I tried my best.
I feel like if you did say it wrong, I applaud you because you just said it so flawlessly. There was no struggle. I struggle.
Oh my god, thank you. I fucked up with confidence, just like I'm continuing from the last 2 weeks of episodes.
There you go.
Right? It was the last 2 weeks I had all those Russian words and shit. Yeah,
yep.
I think so. So
you're finishing up this year strong.
That's right. So we're off to a good start now in 2023 when this drops. So here we are. We're just coming in hot. Hello. So what do you have for us?
Well, I'm going back to Missouri
Oh my God, we're back again.
to visit the MoMo, the Missouri Monster.
Of course. P.S. Real quick, this reminds me of something that keeps coming up on my TikTok, like not tip top, TikTok, Jesus Christ, for you page, and it's this person using AI to create cryptid art for each state. And
Oh,
I was like, it's only natural that this would be recommended for me. So anyway, let's hear about Momo. I'm
your
excited.
FYP actually knows you. So MoMo
It understands me.
is short for literally the Missouri Monster. MoMo.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
There you
Okay.
go.
All right. Very
MoMo
creative.
is a large Bigfoot like creature that began to be sighted near Louisiana, Missouri in July of 1972.
Same. All right. Well, first of all, we're coming in hot because it's the 70s, so everybody was high as a kite.
There you
No
go.
wonder this is when this shit started. I mean, this is. Here we go.
MoMo was reported to have a large pumpkin-shaped head with black furry hair covering its body, and so much fur
Same.
on its head that its face couldn't be seen with the exception of its glowing orange eyes.
Same. This is the exact look I'm going for
Right.
Corey's holiday party.
Just
Vibes. Momo vibes
I'm here to
only.
give you inspiration, obviously.
We love a good inspo. Pinterest board. Who, me? An embarrassment? Never.
Never. This 7 foot tall, hairy beast was first seen at the edge of the woods just outside of a town by two young boys and their sister. These kids also said the creature smelled terrible and was carrying a bloody dead dog.
Oh. Wow, I was getting down with Momo until that shit. That's not necessary.
Yeah. Following the children's first sighting of Momo, more people reported having seen the beast in the weeks that followed. Reports stated that it was seen up and down the Mississippi River, with later sightings occurring further west along the other waterways. Others report having caught fleeting glimpses of something in the woods, while some said they smelled something beastly. Same.
Same. Oh, the beastly.
Or heard hunting cries, growls similar to a bear's, and inhumane screams.
Me
Do
too.
do 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 do
That's
do.
spookala bookala. Speaking of inhumane screams, we think we might have a bobcat or like maybe like a mountain lion or something running around because we heard something shrieking at like 4 something in the morning the
No
other day.
thanks.
Yeah, it was like Corey Corey went to take the dogs out and my phone starts ringing and I'm like, "Hello?" It's like 4 in the morning. He's like, "Do you hear that?" And he just like held his phone. Literally, it was just like, "Ah!"
To
Like,
which I would say, Corey, get inside. That's
yeah, I was like, "Do you want me to?" Okay, my dumb ass was like, "Do you want me to come outside?" Like, what the fuck am I
what
gonna
did you
do?
do? You were
What am I?
asleep. You were.
Yes. You want me to come outside? What the fuck? And he's like, "No, we're just gonna do our business and come in. We are gonna do our business," which
I've
leads me to
got
believe that
questions.
Corey was peeing outside as well. And so, anyway, I just needed to share that tidbit.
Brought to you by soda, lime, and vodka.
Yeah, brought to you by Vodka Soda Limes, everybody.
Uh,
Jesus Christ.
Uh,
Uh,
one of the witnesses was Richard Allen Murray, a lifelong local who had served as the town's fire chief and sat on the city council. He reported that when
no.
he was driving along a small creek that runs through the middle of town, he saw something moving in the woods. When his headlights fell on the upright figure, the creature quickly ran away and disappeared. He later stated, "I was amazed to see something. I thought it was a bunch of nonsense, but then I saw something."
Oh.
So he was like not a believer, and then he was a believer because, seeing is believing
He
apparently
saw
to
some
him.
shit. Apparently so. Wow, okay.
Before long, the news media picked up the story, attracting curiosity seekers and monster hunters from around the country. At one point, a 20-person posse was put together to kill the beast, but the creature was never
Oh.
found.
Wow.
Tracks were found and submitted to the Lawrence Curtis, director of the Oklahoma City Zoo, who deemed the tracks to be of an unknown primate species.
Oh my god.
After a rash of early sightings, the encounters occurred less and less over the next few years before they stopped altogether.
So he just like pieced out. He like did his shit, and he was like, "Well, this is enough of this."
I feel like, the headlights, being seen in the headlights was enough for it. It was just like...
Probably it was like, "Well, that's enough humanity for one day."
What I find interesting is that it's always sighted along water.
Yeah, that is interesting.
So it makes me wonder, does it also swim? Is it...
Oh my god, like, maybe it's like...
Does that use... Does it use the water to transport, to like get from one place to another, instead of being on foot to be not seen so much?
Maybe. I was like, or maybe it's just because of evolution.
Much like us today.
Same. Today.
Whatever, same thing.
All right. So
this episode is brought to you by drinks and sleep deprivation.
I know.
This is a great mix together. I asked my mom, because, she grew up there. Do you know who MoMo the Missouri Monster is? No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh my god, maybe it's just like, maybe it's one of those things where everybody else in the world knows about it, but people in Missouri are like, no.
And at that point, the first sighting, she was 12 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, she's going to hate me for that.
Oh, gave it all away. It's all been given away.
Just forget what I said. Anyways.
My parents were almost 20.
See, I find that hard to believe. Your parents do not look as old as you say they are.
I know, they're very youthful. I hope I age like my parents.
You know why? It's because they have an amazing daughter like you. You keep them young.
Stop it, you. You kids keep me young. Right? Isn't that what she says in Mean Girls?
Oh, that's it. She does, doesn't
she? I can't get you guys anything. Snacks, condoms. Oh, God love you. You kids keep me young.
You just said that literally line for line perfectly.
I love that movie. I gotta say, though, like, if I was from Missouri and I knew that we had this badass thing running around or whatever, like, I would make that the mascot of every school, university, sports team.
Right?
Ever. I mean, how are you going to have Momo and not make that like your shit, you know?
There are several movies made about Momo, by the way.
Shut up. Are there really? We should
I
watch
plan
one.
on watching them.
Let's do it together. Let's do a date night. Okay.
Like we used to in the beginning.
Yeah, like we used to in the beginning.
Yeah, fun facts for our listeners. Well, my husband was deployed, and actually her husband, but she was dating somebody else at the time.
I was dating somebody else who was also deployed.
Cassie and I...
consequently a shitbag.
Yes. Cassie and I would sit on Skype and watch movies together.
It was fun.
We were adorable.
We still are adorable.
Speaking of that,
Vote for us.
The most bizarre dream about you.
Oh, good.
And it was so disappointing. I have to share it with the listeners.
Oh, God,
I had a dream that, like, I flew to Pennsylvania and I got an Airbnb and I was going to surprise you. And when I came to surprise you, you were so pissed at me.
What the fuck? All right, well, first of all, that would never be the case.
You were just like, it's really great to see you, but I have to go back to work now. And then, like, I was like, okay, well, like, I understand that, let's get dinner. And you're like, no, Corey and I have something else to do. And Corey just kept looking at you like, what the fuck?
Why was I such an asshole? This is not how any of this would go down in reality.
But then it got weird, and I completely blame the Z-Quill on this one.
All right.
I went back to the Airbnb where all of a sudden there was a wild manhunt for me because I was the lost princess.
Oh, well, what the fuck? This whole dream is trippy.
And, like, I had to go into hiding, and I kept trying to call you, and you just wouldn't answer.
Oh my God, Jesus. Wow, I'm an asshole in your dream. It
was so freaking weird.
Is this how you actually view me? Do you think I'm just like this pile of shit in real life?
No, because I know damn well if I were to show up at your door, you would tackle me.
Of course I would.
He
And
would
I'd log
tackle me.
off from work early.
Yeah, I gotta go. My best
No.
friend is here. So,
I gotta go. Bye. My boss is the coolest, so she'd be like, okay, go.
but like, I don't know. I was like, this makes me. I woke up going, what the hell was that?
I had a strange dream myself last night, but it was different in like strangeness. So like I dreamt that Corey and I went to visit my parents, and it wasn't actually their house, but in my dream it was their house, you know.
Fair.
And boo, shut up. And I went to yeah, we were like turning in for the night. I went to go take a shower, and I showered in the bathroom, and then we went to bed. And the next morning, I went up in the bathroom, and the bathroom was different. And I like turned to Corey. I was like, "This isn't the same bathroom, but it's the bathroom." And he's like, "You weren't supposed to notice that." And then his face started melting, and then I woke up,
No.
and I was like, so I too sat up, and I was like, "What the fuck was that?"
No thanks. I don't want Corey's face melting.
Yeah, you weren't supposed to notice that. What does that shit mean? Why are you changing my bathroom?
What does that mean?
I don't know. It's like the sleep gods were like, she caught on to us. She wasn't supposed to question it. So,
Abort mission. Abort mission.
quick, make his face melt. You know what? So I think, honestly, we're just going to have to try again tonight, all of us, and hope for better sleep than whatever was happening last night.
Oh, yes. Hopefully my dog won't have a bag over his head. Ugh.
Yeah, we'll hope for the best on that one.
Ugh. Rufio, what am I going to do with you, my little lost boy? Oh,
Such a
hi,
handsome
Boo.
man. Boo, get away from the microphone.
She just wants to be heard.
She's my Velcro dog. Stop. Donut, that's enough from you, too. There's so much happening. I'm sorry.
Well,
did you finish with Momo, or did
yes,
you have
that
more
was
to
the
say
end
on
of
Momo? Okay. Wow, well, this has
Also,
been...
I just love the name Momo.
I do love that. This has been,
Chaotic as usual.
yeah, this has been a ride and a half. I don't even really know what to characterize any of this as, other than maybe we should do boozy episodes
More
all
often?
the time. Yeah, I mean, Boo, fucking just... All right, well, I'm just going to hold the microphone now because this is why we can't have nice things.
And I'm just going to say on that note, until next time.
Stay strange.